Let's try this again. What's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to my live stream. I am the actual King Smith, and this is my Tuesday vlog. I'm sorry, my Wednesday vlog, where I come on and talk about whatever the funk I want to talk about. And tonight, I just want to have a conversation with people. Ask y'all, the viewers, and the people that are going to catch this on a replay, how y'all doing? All right, there's a lot going on in the world. Over the last couple of weeks, I introduced something called the Royal Mindset series, where I was trying to convince people to look at things from a different perspective in order to help reshape how they think about things and change their mindset, and in hopes make some improvements on their life. But I've decided to retire that. Why? It was falling on deaf ears. That's the short answer of it. But I also found myself thinking about things that's going on in the world and current events. And I think I can have a little bit more impact there if I talk about what's going on, to give people an outlet for them to talk about what's going on their front. So I decided to change some things up and move in that nature. So I'm streaming across multiple platforms. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Kick, and yeah, that's it. If there's a like button on the platform, do me a favor, hit that like button. All right. I have to change some things up technically, so I'm hoping that my chats are coming through. If I could get somebody to put something in the chat box so I can make sure that my chats are coming through, I would greatly appreciate it. I don't know how to keep the chats up. That's what I'm going to have to figure out. But that's a technical thing on my side. Y'all can worry about that at a different time. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about something that is affecting me, but also affecting everybody else. And I want to get y'all's feedback. What do y'all think about what President 47 is doing? Okay, so the test is up there. Thank you, God Happened to Me, over on YouTube. I appreciate that. That's my boo thing. She was over here earlier today during the snow day. And you got it up on Facebook and someplace else. Okay, perfect. So it does disappear. I'll figure out how to fix that, but that's a me thing. All right. So how are y'all feeling about what President 47's doing? Real talk. Why do my eyes look silver? Hey, I'll take that. Now these ain't contacts. This is AI doing some AI things at the moment. I'm curious what y'all think about what 47 is doing. There's a lot of executive orders that are coming out. There's a lot of changes that are occurring. And for the most part, in a democracy, people have voted him in. Okay? The people have spoken. And there's been some direct impacts already for some people that have voted for him, and impacts that aren't necessarily going real pleasant. People that were not here legally, that was in support of him, that have got sent back to whatever country they came from. Prices are going up everywhere, it seems like. The inflation numbers earlier in the week didn't look too pleasant, and the stock market acted accordingly. And people are panicking. Some people work is being impacted. I'm one of the people that could be impacted by the whole return to work situation. And let me tell you, I'm fortunate. I have a remote position. And I've had the remote position since before COVID. And I'm thankful to have had it. If I have to go back to a brick and mortar office, the way I look at it is what it is. I'm still employed. I'm still able to give value to our nation's veterans. And I'm happy to be in a position where I'm trading time for money to produce something that is ensuring that our nation's veterans get what they need. Plain and simple. That's how I look at it. Other people are finding themselves in some interesting situations. You could say some of them put themselves in their situation. They took a job remotely and then moved to someplace a little bit more convenient for them. And now that our new president has been voted in and sworn in, in what's been like, what, 4 weeks? Like the longest 4 weeks that we've had in all 2025. This last, what, 6 weeks of the first year seems like a whole year already, and we're just beginning. I don't think people understand that it's going to get worse. Not just because of who we have as a president. That's just the way life cycles operate. Have you been doing things over the last 3 years, over the last 4 years to improve your position? Because if you haven't, you're screwed. If you have not gotten a raise in the last 3 to 4 years, then every year that's been occurring because of inflation and because of how weak that the dollar's been, you've essentially gotten a decrease in your income. For those of y'all that are relying on Social Security, unemployment benefits, and things like that, you think those things are going to be around here soon? Ask yourself that. Well, Sherry earlier said it's been 23 days. That is insane. 23 days since he's been in office, and it seems like 47s came in and completely turned people's lives upside down. I'm aware of some couples that have been affected by essentially stop work and a loss in work. I'm aware of some people that are having to make some interesting decisions about what they're going to do going forward because of how disruptive things are at their level for what they do, for how they've built their lives. Just because an administration came in and made a change. That's insane when you think about it. It's insane when you think about it. So I just want to know what y'all are thinking. If y'all have any thoughts. Here's something that's funny. I asked ChatGPT and Google Gemini, two of the predominant LLMs, large language models is what I think it stands for, AI essentially, to give me some of the top 3 articles about President Trump over the last 3 weeks. Let me tell you what Google Gemini said. I'm just going to read it actually because it blew my mind. Google Gemini flat out said, I can't help with responses on elections and political figures right now. I'm trained to be as accurate as possible, but I can make mistakes sometimes. While I work on improving how I can discuss elections and politics, you can try Google search. So Google Gemini, which I pay for the advanced version, I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in that because it can help my productivity down the line. So I pay for the advanced version. And the advanced version said, I ain't touching that. ChatGPT, however, and I'm going to bring up ChatGPT, the same prompt, so I just copied and pasted the same prompt from Google Gemini to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT at least gave me some interesting things to bring up and some stuff to highlight, like the classified documents case that President Trump's going through, right? And a lot of the things that he's signing into executive orders or executive memos that some people are actually asking, is this legal? Can he actually do this? At least ChatGPT gave me that. Google Gemini, shame. Google Gemini said, I ain't touching that. Teflon Don is untouchable. Untouchable. The guy went from the 45th president to sitting in the back, sitting in the cut, let the Democrats come in and basically befuddle things with what President Biden chose to do when Biden said, yeah, I'm going to go for re-election. And then I'm going to sit out after the primaries were already done, to where the Dems were scrambling and scraping to try to get somebody to get up in there and try to backdoor their way into having Kamala Harris be our next president, which I'm going to get political. I'm going to say what party that. I'm a registered Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat. I don't say that proudly. I say it as a matter of fact. Yet, there are some things that just don't sit right with me that these politicians are doing. Somebody shared with me I think it was a Senate meeting where a senator talked about how a prior senator had shared what can I say that's appropriate? A phalanx, is that how you say that word? Picture previously, and that this senator was going to share one, and it was basically a picture of Elon Musk. And I thought it was kind of funny, but the people that we're electing to be our representatives, I'm starting to feel like a lot of these people are out of touch. How did we allow Elon Musk, who was not born here, right? He's a South American, born in South America. I don't know his citizenship status like that. Now, I'll just say that. I'm ignorant of that fact. But how do we allow this guy who's a billionaire, right? And he got there on his own merit. I'm not going to take anything away from what he's done with his company and how he's been able to attain his wealth. That's something that, quite frankly, only a few people can do. Classes are made based on what he's done. Research has been done based on what he's done. I'm not going to take away what he's done, but how can we put him in a position to make decisions about the average person's livelihood? I know he's the head or co-head of this DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. Should he have been? Is he the right person to go in and find out how efficient our government has been, eliminating what they've called a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse? Where's that money going? Are people really answering these type of questions? Where's that money going? Who's trying to get this stuff figured out? Joe said he was from South Africa. Who's figuring this stuff out? Who's fact checking the fact checkers? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Who's fact checking the fact checkers? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tell y'all that in my Royal Mindset series and all of the videos that I've done in the past, I've talked about several things, and that's improving your livelihood so that when the barbarian comes to the gate, you're ready. What does that mean, though? It means eliminating debt. I have a lot of debt that I'm still trying to clear, but I have a plan on knocking that debt out so that I can become financially free. Free to be able to go, you know what? I could be good minus employment for a while because I have a nest egg saved up. I've controlled my expenses. I've got enough of a cushion that should the barbarian show up at the gate, I'm ready for it. That's what I'm trying to get people to see. It took me becoming older to really realize what that looks like. I watched a CNBC article called Make It or We'll Make It or something like that. It's a series that CNBC does in which they highlight people that have started a business or created wealth for themselves. And one of the videos, and I think if I think about it anyway, I'll put it down in the comments, at least on YouTube, was a 40-year-old man, so the same age as me. I turned 41 this year, who didn't come up in the wealthiest of circumstances. He didn't have a silver spoon that he was used to eating off of. He earned his college degree in computer sciences, started out making $45,000 annually, working for IBM, and then he parlayed his experience and his resume to different jobs throughout the years, to where his last job before he retired a couple of years ago, he was earning $1 million a year. And he worked for all the big companies, Google, IBM, Microsoft, Amazon, as a AI engineer. That was apparently his last assignment. He ran an AI department. Single, no kids. Retired at the age of 40 with around $4 million, living in Dubai, in what he says he's paying himself $15,000 a month, and he doesn't really come close to even spending that, as he's allotting that money for his living, his entertainment, travel, food, things like that. Paying for his visas and stuff that he has to renew for living in a country overseas like that. Now, the brother was also married and no kids, so that's possible. He didn't have extra liabilities eating into his income and stuff like that. But he had a plan. And that's my point. Even if you have a family, you and your family or the people that you live with should have a plan for if and when the barbarian hits the gate, what are you going to do? There are some things that when I look back, hindsight being 2020 and all, that I wished I had thought about. And I planned a little bit more harder for when I get to where I'm at now. I can make a decision to go, you know what? I can go live in South America. Let me go look at a content creator visa in some other country and live abroad. My YouTube algorithm is showing me videos of Americans that are living in other countries. Some people might call these other places third world country. I've been to Thailand. Thailand is fantastic. I've been to a couple of places in South and Central America. Wonderful places to go visit. I've been to places in Europe as well. There's a guy going viral from Memphis who can't talk a lick of normal English to save this person's life, but he's going viral for living in Vietnam. But all of these videos that I've watched about Americans living in other countries have one thing in common. If you're able to get your money up to where you have some type of residual income or a stream of income coming in, and you move to another country where the cost of living isn't as high, you can live fantastic doing it. But you have to execute a plan to make that work. The guy from Memphis was talking about how the hotel that he was staying at, which had a pool in front of his bed, was a $200 a day place that easily, if that was in New York with the view that it had too, you're talking $1,000 to $2,000 a night. The fanciest place that I've ever stayed in was $1,300 a night. And I wanted to treat myself after I got this bonus. So I got a place for $1,300 a night. And let me tell y'all, when y'all live like that, you don't want to live like how the peasants live. That was motivating for me. Flying first class was motivating for me. Renting and driving a luxury car was motivating for me. I don't get how people want to live like peasants. I don't get how people don't understand that there are immigrants coming into this country that are working hard, being innovative, figuring out how to get to the money, and being extremely successful. Yet I hear people from all walks of life, oh, it's hard out here. I can't find a job. People don't want to hire me because of my skin color. Shut up. Shut up. It's not your skin color. It's not that you can't be hired because of your lack of an education or whatnot. There are people coming into this country that don't have the equivalent of an American high school diploma, that through blood, sweat, and tears are wealthy in 10 to 15 years because they put their head down and got to it. So what's your excuse? What's your excuse? You don't have one. And I'm sick of it. Actually, you know what? I'm not sick of it. It doesn't matter because it doesn't faze me. It's not going to faze me. Because I'm not going to be one that's going to be impacted. So whatever. Because I'm going to be working. I'm going to do the things that I need to do. And anybody that's left behind, I'm not reaching back for them. Especially when you could have heard this message. You could have made the changes that you needed to make to improve, but you likely didn't. And that's on you. That's not on me. That's on you. If people have been talking on TikTok, my bad. I can't see it. I just figured out how to be able to see it, though. Let me see if I can bring up this video. I had to change something last minute, and then I'm going to be done with this stream. All right, I'm going to show a video here. And let me see if this plays.
Fuck Kermit! Fuck Travis! Fuck Taylor Swift! Nobody likes us and we don't fucking care! E-I-G-L-E-S! Eagles! Let's go! Fuck Kermit!
That's our future right there. He said F Kermit, talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Fuck Travis!
Screw Travis Kelce.
Fuck Taylor Swift!
F Taylor Swift.
Nobody likes us and we don't fucking care!
Nobody likes us and we don't freaking care.
E-I-G-L-E-S! Eagles!
Future of America right there. With his proud parents in the background. That is a future voter being raised right there. The people that, if you go to public school, your kids are going to have to go to school with. Taught to hate just because that kid is a fan of a football team. Wild to hate. What purpose does that serve? That's learned hate right there, that when the kid gets older, right? When it's easier to hate on something else, hate on somebody because of what they have, hate on somebody because of what they don't have, hate on somebody because of the team that they play for, hate on somebody because of the girl that they have that he doesn't have. That's our future. That's our future. Right there, being taught that. Can guarantee that if that kid doesn't get anything shown to him in life where he changes his mindset and his views on stuff, that's going to be a future wife beater and somebody that's going to be in jail twice before the age of 25. And if you're going, oh, King, that's too harsh, that's too rough, it's just a guy talking about a football team. You don't learn that type of hate as a young person and can easily be able to discern it when you get older growing up. I'm not a psychologist. This is just 40 years of observation and living on this earth. I've been to more countries than some people have been to states in their lifetime. That gives me the ability to tell y'all I know what I'm talking about. I've observed the way that people grow and what they turn into just through life and lived experiences. So this example of what I'm showing here, this isn't just one person. Other kids are being taught this stuff just like this young man is. And they grow up to become just monsters. I had something else that I was going to say, but I decided to keep it PG-13. Look at him. Whoever that was proudly patting him on his shoulder, and the little kid was high-fiving somebody else. Stupid. Stupid. But hey, go Eagles. It is what it is. My live streams going forward are going to be highlighting people that are just this dumb. I want to showcase how dumb we're getting as a people and see if we have ways of being able to fix it. Maybe what President Trump is doing will be able to reverse things so that people will get their head out of their asses and really care about who they're voting for. Really care about the work that's being done. Maybe elect somebody that understands what the average American is going through. The average hardworking American. So all of these lazy people out there that just want to sit on their butts and collect something without having put in work, I hope y'all feel it the worst. I hope y'all feel it the worst. I said it. I said it. For anybody that hasn't earned anything in their life, that have put no merit and just expect to collect on the backs of others, I hope you feel this pain that's about to come the worst. And I hope that you voted for it. I'm going to look dead in this camera and say that. And if you feel any different, come on my live stream. We'll chop it up. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, all right? I'm done. Y'all, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back. I might do a live stream every morning, because I got a lot to get off my chest. Thanks for tuning in. I'm the actual King Smith. I'll be back next Wednesday. I'm out. Peace.
Chant. The King's back. 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 The King's back.